Mm. What's up, y'all? Where's my Zoom? Let me get my Zoom. I haven't done this in a while. Share. No, I want to. Oh, yes. There's that. And I don't think people are watching since I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I've been talking to my girlfriend all damn day. It's not a shark-tooth necklace. I thought it was necklace. I thought it was my charger. I'm waiting for some people to get in here. I got some stuff I want to get off my chest. And I want to see what the community thinks, it's something interesting that I picked up. It's really interesting to say the least. And why is my son of a gun? This shit got tangled into shit. Where's all Fendi? So what's y'all today? So I keep having to check into my YouTube app browser to see if there's any comments or not. I'm trying at the moment. 'Cause my shark tooth necklace is stuck with one of my other necklaces, so I'm trying to fix it with one hand, and it ain't going. But for those who don't know, I'm no longer in Cody. I had to, or me and my family had to abruptly leave Cody because an emergency popped up, which we was unexpected to say the least. For some people, they may know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to say being a parents don't. I don't want that emergency in a public setting, manage no business, and he doesn't want it out there for his employees or his customers or anything like that. So yeah, but I'm no longer in Cody. I'm at my parents' lake house. So I mean, yeah, did I enjoy my trip? I definitely enjoyed it. My trip a whole bunch. Uh, we went to the Buffalo Center, the West Museum, as everyone knows, and everyone kept telling me. I don't It just shut off on me. That was weird. But anyways, my point was, it's a little different when you're boots on the ground because you're looking at Google Earth and you see one thing when you're on Google Earth and oh yeah, it could be here. And all of a sudden you get their boots on the ground and yeah, they're in shit here. So yeah, I didn't really find anything interesting at the Sharp Cabin, but I did some research and I was talking to a certain searcher. I don't know. they're known in the community, but I don't want to say they're one of like the top dogs like Capo, Bad Greg. I did say Bad Greg, but I don't rock with them anymore for those people who don't know that I don't know a little fiesta. And let's just say I had been planning my leave for a good while with them, and I kept being on and off with them because I really needed to get myself away from the heavy drinking, the heavy smoking. I was like, man, I can't live this life, man. And every morning I woke up after drinking and smoking, I was like, man, I don't feel good at all. I don't need to live this life no more. It's just not right for me. Like, I deserve a better, healthy life. And, I was in rough patches and I was going through like depression and suicide and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I need to take time to myself and go into nature, what Forrest Fenn wanted us to do, and enjoy nature. And nature soothed my mind and helped me be at ease. And, then all of a sudden, boom, here comes Elizabeth, my girlfriend, at the present time, who I'm probably gonna be with 100% forever. So, I know that for a fact because my parents already know that, and they're already having, me and my parents and her are having deep talks about, like, our future together and stuff like that, bills, the whole financial talk, you know what I mean, when it comes to living together. So, yeah, we're having those talks. We've already had that talk because for those who don't know, I give her the promise ring. But anyways, going back to how many people do I have in I have four people. Uh, she didn't hear, I had to abruptly leave Cody, Wyoming because an emergency popped up. So I'm just I'll put it like this, I'm currently in quarantine. That's as much as I'll say. I'm here at the lake house in North Carolina. So I'm currently in quarantine. I was originally going to go live when I got back to my house in Wilmington, North Carolina, but it's probably really, I don't know exactly when I will be back at Wilmington. So I figured I'd just go live now and give my perspective on the Forest Fan community and the ending. So let's see hold on, give me a second. I need to see what the hell is going on Instagram. Just gotta, my Isabel just texted me. Oh shit, okay. It was like 7:02. Oh, it was just, okay, gotcha. Okay, so, is there anyone commenting? Why is there only two people left? That's weird. But anyways, so yeah, to abruptly leave 30, and I'll just speak my mind on what all is going on. I don't really enjoy what's going on, and the more I was when I heard when I was on the way to Cody, I'm just like, is this shit really going on? Are you serious? And I'm just sitting there praying like, Jack, Stoof, you need to do something, dude, because this community is really getting out of hand and it's not right. Like the way people are treating each other, it's everyone's at each other's throats over what? To solve, or because you want the control in your hands instead of in Jack's hands? Leave the control in Jack's hands. That's where it belongs. Or in, well, Forrest Fenn is gone. I love the man. I love the man with my heart, soul, and mind. Why can't we just all come together and get along? Like Jesus, get a grip on reality. Grow the hell up. Let's get along and let's come together and let's just talk to each other and talk this thing out. Let's try to crack this thing together. I mean, shit. I had an ideology of like just recently an idea popped in my head and I was like, oh shit, maybe it really has to do something with Don Hopkins's old fish shop is southwest of the Buffalo Bills section. Past me uh, uh, off Monument Street in Cody, Wyoming, and there's a pond there, like separated from tentacle shot. That's what it is. It was if an old fly fishing shot. Don't be around with it. Even for the sake of force, like let the scissors and the whatchamacallit, the dread fly that was on a stuck on a what was it, Ponderosa? Oh shit, that is right. It was a Ponderosa because I was reading. I was going through the extra stuff from Dan Mitchell's blogs, and I was trying to go through all the videos that Dan Mitchell had. And I was trying to go through all the videos, trying to figure out the two subtle slip ups, and I think what happened is this. Forrest Finn had a spot that he stocked with fish, like the fish that weren't too large. He stocked in the pond nearby. I'm gonna use that word nearby to Don Hopkins' old fly fishing tackle shop that used to be a part of Yellowstone in a sense, but it was like east of Yellowstone. No, is it east? No, west. No, yeah, east of Yellowstone. Yeah, east of Yellowstone. That's right. Never eat soggy waffles. West is that way. East is that way. What was that? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was like east of Yellowstone. And if I'm not mistaken, they stock those they stock those fish in that pond that's nearby the tackle shop, and the fish that were large enough, they'd you know put in mud and then cook them to eat them pretty much. But the ones that weren't too large, they wanted to like almost like create a fish hatchery. You know what I'm saying? I think that is why. And I don't know how many people recall this, but I recalled it and it hit my mind. I said, "Oh shit, that's why they had that law firm system or whatever it was for the ecosystem." For those who know what I'm talking about, remember it goes back towards the whole Barber lawsuit when Jack Stoops' lawyer came forth, and there was another law firm that was tagged along with that law that with Carl Summers. You know what I'm saying? There was another law firm that was besides Carl Summers' law firm that was for ecosystem or preserving the ecosystem or natural habitat or something. It was like a law firm for that, or like preserving the natural habitats or something like that. That was tagged along in the affidavits or whatever. How the hell you say that shit? That was tagged in the affidavits. You know what I'm saying? Affidavit, or whatever you call it. Yeah, if for those who recall that shit, that's probably why, because Forrest Finn wanted to preserve that spot for the sake of so that the fish can, create babies, in that pond, or, the whole 9 yards, so he could have more fish in that pond and keep those fish alive in that pond, so no one destroys that spot, and so that spot stays sacred. That way, nobody really can, like, because there's gonna be those people that really want to destroy the spot for the sake of, well, I hate Forrest Finn, bad, 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 bad. He didn't tell me where the treasure chest, blah, blah, blah. There's gonna be those people that want to have hatred and do evil. You know what I'm saying? And then you have people like K Pro. I'm not gonna add Cynthia because I don't know what Cynthia's doing, but like K Pro, Mike, me, Candy, us, was that 4 or 5? 4 or 5, you can take the names I just named. K-Pro, Mike, Candy, and me. That's 4. You got people like us who would do good to the spot and like leave like a bouquet of flowers there. There's some type of, something to honor Forrest Finn there. We leave something there to honor Forrest Finn in the spot, not just go to destroy the spot and be like, oh, we're going to go cut up trees, or we're going to take chainsaws. No, because you got people who would actually do that. And I can say it because you got people who have hatred hearts. You know what I mean? That's the best way to put it. That really that want to destroy anything that's related to Forrest Finn because they're sick. They're sick of him because all this mess going on. You know what I mean? But anyways, like, and I think that's what it came down to with Forrest Finn. There was Don Hopkins, and I think if you really go back and watch the Forrest Finn and Yellowstone video that was on YouTube from what was it? Down Nitzel's YouTube, Thrill the Chase YouTube user. Forrest Fenn talks about like how he used to go. He was a fly fishing guide, and Don Hopkins was a good friend. But is that what it was? Don Hopkins was a good friend of Marvin Fenn and not Peggy Fenn, but Lily Gay Simpson Fenn, and they and Don Hopkins gets introduced uh Lily and Marvin Fenn to Yellowstone, and I guess that's why Forrest Fenn and his family started making trips to Yellowstone. I think that might actually be what it is. I'm gonna have to go watching back. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video, but I think that is actually what happened. I could be wrong. It could have been the grandparents introduced Lily and Marvin Fenn to Yellowstone, but I think if I'm not mistaken, it could have been Don Hopkins, and that's why Don Hopkins played a role in Forrest Fenn's final spot because he didn't just plan this like that. He knew ahead of time, like 'cause I think Don Hopkins was always an inspiration to Fenn for fly fishing. You know what I mean? I think that's why he had the scissors, the rusty pair of scissors, and the dreaded fly that was they got I guess got stuck on a ponderosa pine. No, was it pond? No, I don't think there's a ponderosa pine. Scratch what I said. I think the dread fly that was in that bag with the rusty scissors, uh, got dragged on a pine tree. I don't know exactly what I don't know exactly what pine. Yeah, pinyon pine. There you go. And it could have even been the dread fly. I guess they were fishing in there, just in that pond nearby to the shop, old tackle shop. Just to fly fish. Just to have fun while they were on break or something. Something like that. And I guess when Finn was fishing the spot, he got his dried fly got on his back cast, got stuck on the pinyon pine, and he had to use a rusty pair of scissors to cut it. But at the time, it wasn't a rare pair of rusty scissors; it were just a pair of scissors. He cut the line off, in between you got the dried fly, and then the line that's stuck on the tree. And he cut in between that to cut the to loosen the tension on the pole, so the pole wouldn't break in half. And since it's snapping, and the dried fly is still being, you guys think about it. If the dried fly is still on the tree, via being snagged, and you pull the pole while it's snagged, that pole is going to break sooner or later. You know what I mean? So usually in fly fishing or in regular fishing, because I've I've had my days in fishing. We used to fish all the time at River Landing in North Carolina, up in Wallace, North Carolina. At the clubhouse there in River Landing, and I've I've had multiple times where I've got stuff snagged in the waters from the trees. And most of the time, you just use a pair of scissors and cut the line so the lure is literally loose. And usually, you once you cut the line to separate the lure from the tree or the limb, you then usually what I used to do is get the line after I cut the line, usually from the to separate the two. I then took because usually the line there's still more line on the head of the lure. So you take that line off it's the leftover line that's on the head of the lure off. Or if you really want to, you can just restring the lure back to the pole. That's what you usually do. Because you have to loosen the tension so the pole doesn't snap. You cut the line loose from the limb, the lure, so to separate. And then, and I guess what happened is the blaze was, you can notice it back when the chase first started within a year or two because the line was still on. And I think that might be why Jack's too kind of, that's why he was like, oh shit, that's a blaze. Because he saw the line, I guess, that was snagged on a high limb of the pinyon pine. He saw it and I was like, oh shit, that's what Forrest Fenn meant because the dried fly. He saw because usually fly fishing line is like yellowish colored. It's like a bright yellow. Like I can notice it from like all the way from where I am all the way to where that the thing is. So yeah, if I'm standing here where I'm at right now, and I look over there, but oh yeah, that's that's the blaze, and I'm just using the lamp as an example. But like, if there was like a fly fishing line on stuck to the which way is it? There, if it was like yellow fly fishing yellow line on there, look, when I'm sitting right next to it, and I look, I see, oh shit, that's the blaze, because you saw the yellow line it's something that stuck out. You know what I mean? It wasn't just, oh, it's a tree. How is a tree gonna stick out? There was something special associated with, I don't know, yeah, associated with the tree that kind of made that tree stick out. You know what I'm saying? That's what made Jack realize what the blaze was, and I think that's why he's like, if it's gonna be just, it was destroyed because nature destroyed it because of a forest fire. And even said, what was it? Physics tells me the treasure chest is wet. Usually, when physics is associated with a forest, let's put two and two together. Come on now, a forest fire. There was a forest fire, I guess, from Yellowstone. It's some maybe from that big, massive Yellowstone fire that thousands, or however many acres it was that set forces on fire. Because it was the Yellowstone fire. Actually, it was the same fire that was associated with Minocqua tree. Actually, matter of fact, I did see that tree when I was at the museum in Cody, at the Cody Museum or the Buffalo Center of the West Museum. Cody Museum, Buffalo Center of the West Museum, same shit pretty much. Anyways, I was going through George the Big stuff, and I think his stuff was actually he sold, or his George the Big's artwork was actually sold to the Buffalo Center of the West Museum. Because there was two museums, one in Texas, I think, and then one in Cody, obviously the Buffalo Center of the West Museum. But I mean, I someone sent me a video. I'll watch it later. But anyways, I had before the Don Hopkins ideology, as I like to use big word because my grandmother was a kindergarten teacher. She was always like, the teacher that read books to the young children. But, she really raised me in words, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was very educated when it came to using words. She was always like her one rule was, in order to be able to use a word, you have to, what is it? You have to know, spell it, and know what it means. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, oh, here's an example of quadlet. Like, if you don't know how to spell it, you can't use it. That was their one rule. You know what I mean? So, like, I always grew up like looking up words, and like if I didn't know how to spell a word, I would look it up to know how to spell it. But I was always good in spelling. Like, that was never a problem with me. My one problem was always writing papers. 'Cause I butchered the hell out of papers. Like, I had one class in college. Boy, oh my God. I took him like two or three times because all his whole course was writing papers. That was for history. It was just writing paper after paper after paper for homework, writing another paper. And not even just that. It's just his whole course was like, what the fuck? He was like literally his exams. You didn't know what the hell to study for. They were just like, the hell do I study? Like, he gives me a whole study sheet. Oh, just go back to your notes. Oh, like what? I'm not going back to my notes to know what the hell to study. Like, I guess maybe that's lazy on my part, but like for him to tell me that or to figure that out like two or three times later, you know what I mean? Like after taking his class a second, a third time later, whenever the hell he told me, like, come on, man. Like, because I know most college courses, they'll for the exams, they'll give you a whole rundown, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what you study, you know what I mean? And not just, oh, boom. Like like I'm trying to give you an example. My girlfriend keeps sending me messages on Facebook. Anyways, like trying to give you a good example. Like yeah, I had a history course when I was at William Peace. Like I always knew what to study for, but I was really never a big studier. Like if I knew what was on the test, boom, I aced it. Like even for archaeology, the archaeology class I took at William Peace, there was always a study sheet, study sheet, study sheet, study sheet, study sheet. And you know what to study for? Like, oh, here's an even better example. The final exam for the intro forensic science class that I took, the final exam for it, there was a whole study sheet. Me and my mom literally were sitting there at the dinner table, the kitchen table, whatever the hell you want to call it, and she was going through it, boom, 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 and she kind of went out of order too to see if I, just confused me and see if I knew my stuff. But I just knew it, like because knew what I was talking about, and because I mean I don't know how, but it's like I knew the stuff. Like the one thing that was true with me was uh one thing that really stuck with me was the I think it's a principle or philosophy. What the hell is it? It's usually I just forget it, but it comes back to me sooner or later. I'm just like, oh shit, that's what the hell it was. But it was like something about leaving no trace or something in the crime scene. It was, oh my god, I can't think of it. Watch, I'm gonna Google it and I'll Google it and it'll pop in my head. It's gonna irritate me. It's gonna frustrate me. It was something along the lines like there's always a way to trace you. I'm gonna Google now. I really want to Google this shit. Uh, I told you. I knew it. The goal of already said. There you go. The cards principle would have said content. So no matter how much stuff you try to remove from a crime scene, there's always a trace left behind somehow in some way. And this stays and sticks true to Forrest fans Chase in general. Why? Because he said something along the lines of something along the dragonfly from Batcast. I don't remember how many of you all can recall that, but yeah, it's the same principle here with the Forrest Finn trace. I'm telling you, and I knew there was some way and somehow, even if you weren't searching for the treasure chest because it was gone, there was some way to still find that. I told you from the start. There was something about a blaze that stood out, or that made that blaze stood out, if you know what I mean. So there was something attached, associated with the blaze that made the blaze stick out. The card's principle, 101 right there in your face. Boom. You don't need the treasure chest, and that's why you don't need the treasure chest there to be able to interpret the blaze when your boots on the ground. Because as soon as you see that, you go, oh shit, that's the blaze. Oh, and this is how that got there. Oh shit, fuck. Oh, now I know. There you go, a card's principle. But everyone's about the Madison. I get. I promise. I know I've said I know where the places a lot of times, but trust me, a lot of shit is adding up. Don, just think about it. When you go back and watch that Forrest Fanny Yellow video, he even talks about uh what was it, Don Hopkins' wife or whatever for the National Geographic Society flag. He said, and I quote, that female, whoever it was, I don't know who she was associated with, but he said, and I quote, that female always hung up that National Geographic flag in a certain place. He did not name. Why wouldn't he? Why couldn't he name that place? Why couldn't he name that place? I'll tell you, because it would give away the location of where he hid his treasure chest. That's why. And a lot of people didn't get that. A lot of people didn't chat. And a lot of people are biting their tongues and going, why the fuck didn't I think of that? Why? Why? Because Jack Stu caught it before any of y'all did. And not even that, I caught it. I caught it today. And I said, huh? I said, wait, what the hell? I said, oh shit. I said, Donna Hopkins had a play in this shit? You mean the alcoholic? Wasn't Donna Hopkins the alcoholic that drank at the fly fish tackle shop? I think he was. I think he was the alcoholic. It takes an alcoholic to know an alcoholic. I'm just saying, hey, sometimes I get out to have a good time. I mean, I did get out the I did get kicked out of the party because someone was drinking and I was sober. So how the hell did I get kicked out, right? Because Dumb and Dumber, my old roommate from Penrose, that's as much as I'll say because I don't want to give him his name away. But it just so happened that because I went to a party with him and he was already messed up and like from drinking. And he goes in there, he accidentally spills his drink, just a few, like a quick slip of the drink, you know what I mean, on the rug. And the guy goes, because the guy could tell I was with him, so he let Steven off with a warning. And all of a sudden, dumbass he keeps drinking. He kept drinking, and then all of a sudden, boom, hits the floor, and I'm like, oh shit, this dumbass did not just fall on the floor. He just passed out. He was passed out drunk. And the same guy that gave my roommate a warning. He goes, the guy looked at me and knew I was with my roommate, and he goes, y'all two got to get out of here. I said, fuck, because we also brought a female along. That female didn't get kicked out, but me and my roommate got kicked out. So I'm like, oh shit. And then when it hit me, his name was Aubrey. He was a dude. I saw Aubrey and I was like, Aubrey, can you watch Shelby for us? Because I just got kicked out. So Aubrey was like, yeah, I'll watch out for her. I'll take her home. Yeah, whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? Make sure she's all right. Cool. I was like, cool, sweet. I'm out. I don't know. Me and Steven just sitting there. I'm like, yeah. Thanks for kicking me out, no man. He goes, yeah. Man, he's a cool dude. He's a dude, man. Anyways, yeah, like I go back to what I said. It all sticks with Lacard's principle. I am not shitting you. I promise it. And I plan on going. And I guarantee, and Barbara Anderson won't listen to me, but when the song comes out and whenever it does leak somehow in some way, it's gonna be from Cody, Wyoming. I promise you. Why do I say that? Because Forrest Fenn was at the Cody Museum, aka the Buffalo Center of the West Museum, for a board meeting. And Jack even said it. Forrest Fenn hit it on the same trip because it was convenient for him because he was already at the Cody Museum. Well, who phrase it? He hit it on the same trip because it was convenient for him because he was already at an event at the Cody Museum. Exact words, pretty close, almost on point to the T. Am I right or wrong? For those who don't, y'all know what I'm talking about. He hit it on the same trip because it was convenient for him because he was already at an event at the Cody Museum. Come on now, he's the only museum we know he would go to the center of the West Museum because that's where his family would go before they took their trek to Yellowstone National Park. And every damn motherfucker, excuse my language, Thought it was in goddamn Yellowstone. Oh, we're gonna go search Yellowstone. Guess what? It ain't there, and it never was there to begin with. Why? Because Yellowstone National Park. Two keywords right there. Fucking park. That's three. The National Park. What does that mean? National Park is government fucking land. And we're not just talking about a hunt that's worth what, $5,000? Oh, cool, $5,000. Who cares? Who gives a flying shit about a $5,000 treasure hunt? I mean, you could easily have that type of shit in national parks. But getting away with a treasure hunt with $1 million, the park rangers would not let you get away with that shit. Sorry, I don't know who you think you are, but you are not getting away with. You're not getting away quietly with a $1 million treasure hunt that's in a national park. I don't care who the fuck you are. Someone's gonna catch you, and you're not even allowed to dig in a national park. That's the scary thing. That's why Finn knew if you get in Yellowstone, you're gonna have idiots that are gonna be digging every national park if he actually did hide it there, which he didn't. He planned on it because Yellowstone National Park was a place that was close in his heart, physically and mentally. He said it in his Woolly Worm video that was from Down Mitchell's blog. He said, "What were the two things that I always enjoyed? Arrowhead hunting and fly fishing." There you go, and there you have it. There ain't no Madison River shit. Hey, fly fishing was on the Madison River. Cool. There was a river again named Gibbon River, not Madison River. If that's how you want to go, they don't Madison Junction bullshit. Hell no, we don't do that bullshit. It was fly fishing and arrowhead hunting. And shall I not mention George DeBeck, 913 Elm Avenue, Cody, Wyoming. That's where you usually live, in Cody, Wyoming. And him and Forrest more likely went, I'm sure, arrowhead hunting, but also found buffalo skulls up in Cody, Wyoming too. Shall I mention that shit too while I'm at it? And not even that, but also, you got Don Hopkins tackle shop over in Cody, Wyoming, as well, southwest of the Buffalo statue. That's east. No, that's west of the Buffalo City West Museum. No, that. No, actually, let me phrase that. It's north. Soggy waffles. Northwestern Museum. Just saying, Northwestern Museum, because you got the Sharp Cabin, and then you got the yeah. Actually, if you go on is that the same street? If you go past the Cody Health or Cody Regional Health, go past that shit, you find the Buffalo statue right there. That's what the hell it is. And then go around. It's a what do you call this circle? The circle shit on the street. So what the hell you call that? The oh my god, you know the hell I'm talking about. When you go, it's like the shit. I don't know why the hell I don't know what the hell it's called. I don't know what the hell it's called. It's like the street. You have to go around the lane and shit, and we have to go to wherever your destination is. You know what I'm talking about? It's like one of those around the statue, and you go around the statue. You come in from Cody Regional Health, you go around, and then you go like on the opposite side of the statue, and you go off the beaten path down Hopkins's old tackle shop, and then you got the tackle shop, and you got a pond this way. So you go to the pond, and guess what? There's your looking treasure chest. If you don't believe me, go look over that fucking shit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you don't believe me, you can kiss my motherfucking ass, and I'll give you shit. Guess what? That's what the hell it was. The Hump Brown was down Hopkins' old tackle shop, and that's why that person, I forget what her name is, but that's where she used the whole that National Geographical flag. You don't believe me? Go rewatch that fourth video showing video, and you'll see what the hell I'm talking about. And there's your subtle slip ups. Oh, and then also while I'm at it, they used to go fishing, fly fishing too. So yeah, fly fishing was definitely, close to Foreskin's heart. And he's tossing woolly worms up in there down up in this dapple shop and fly fishing. Yeah, I think that just sets it right there. Anyways,
I'm out. Peace out. Y'all take care and stay cool, stay classy. Peace.